Welcome to the 102nd episode of the Fallout Feed. We're the show that compares and contrasts Fallout experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quests with characters that have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
So this is Ray, and I'm joined tonight by Andrew and Sarah.
Howdy, Ray.
What's going on, Andrew? Hope vacation's going well.
Oh, vacation is just dandy so far.
So we've got a little bit of a fill-in show. So next week is when we'll be rolling our new roundtable characters. So tonight I thought we'd just kind of hang out and chat a little bit about some of the new news on Fallout 76. We've got some listener feedback, and Sarah's in Far Harbor.
I made it. Finally.
So I forgot to ask you, did you take Nick?
I did. So I have Nick with me.
Excellent.
Interesting things happening over in Acadia right now.
Yep.
So yeah. I don't know about this Dima guy. I'm not sure how I feel about him right now. I don't trust him. Something smells wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, keep a close eye on him.
Keep a close eye. Plus he's hooked. He's like all wired up. I don't know. But I see what you mean about taking Nick, because there's definitely like a, side story there. But
yeah.
I will say that the creatures out here are definitely harder than in the game, at least the ones that I have encountered so far. I have not encountered a crawler. Is that what they're called? The ones that like live in the deep fog? They're like
fog crawler,
whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm a little scared because everyone keeps saying they're scary, but I guess
there's nothing you can't handle. Nobody.
So yeah, but it's been good. I like the story so far.
My opinion about the bad guys on Far Harbor versus the mainland versus the Commonwealth is that the Commonwealth has easier and harder bad guys, say from like 10 to 40% hardness and from 80 to 100% hardness levels. The mainland has more of those. You go to Far Harbor and they have way more mid-level tough stuff, which is almost harder to fight in general because you don't have any easy things to gain XP from or whatever. You know?
Like pick off.
Yeah, it's just there's things called gulpers, and those are like mini velociraptors, basically. You know?
They're like weird, like
tadpole raptors.
That's what I was gonna say, like tadpole cross. I don't know. That first, you like basically get there and you have to help them defend the dock, or the little pier or wherever they live. And I seriously died about 100 times before I came up with a good strategy, which was basically take a whole bunch of Psycho Jet and just kill everything.
That's a very tough battle. I don't know why. Both of the DLCs, Far Harbor and Nuka World, they just made it really tough. Your first big battle, they make you prove yourself to get into both of those areas.
I guess so. It took some time to get my strategy down, and then I was stupid. I was up on the wall shooting things down, and then I fell down to the bottom, and there was like a lull in the battle, and I quick saved. So then every time I died, I had to like
oh no,
respawn right in the middle of everything and figure out what I was going to do. And there's no way I was going to reload from the beginning. So I made it out eventually, but it was an interesting battle, to say the least.
So I've got an easy way.
Of course you do. I don't know why I didn't just message Ray.
I wouldn't tell you. You gotta do it first yourself. So all you need is a fat man and too many nukes. And you go up on the forward part of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and the first wave of gulpers comes out around that corner, around those buildings, and you drop a mini nuke in there, and it wipes all them out.
Right.
A couple of them come around from the left side of the town, but it's only one or two, and the harbormen can take care of those. So then the anglers come around, and you drop another mini nuke on them, wipe all them out, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they do kind of all come in a little group. I was throwing grenades.
And it's about the only time I ever use a fat man.
Yeah, and don't you get a fat man? Where do you get a fat man from? Like right before, I think Nick even has a fat man on him. I got a fat man from somewhere.
Well, you always have two or three of them laying around.
Well, I usually just sell them, but I just happen to have one like in my inventory too that I could have used. Oh well.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you ever actually used them.
No, I don't.
No. Missile launchers too?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I rarely use big guns like that, or the minigun. In any of those three, I don't really use. Or railway rifle, is that a big gun? I don't use any of those.
Yeah, that's just
definitely use the rifle. I love that thing. I dare say it might be my favorite in the game right now. At least from what I know. I really like it. And I like the sound it makes when it hits power armor.
I think it's fun when you pin someone against a wall with it. That's really sweet. Yeah, that's a really neat visual effect. The first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh fuck, that's pretty sweet."
So good. It's really good. And it's the only thing I found so far that I can just like sometimes retrieve my stakes back. My little railway ties or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, the spikes. Yeah, you can totally grab those back, just pull it out of their hand or whatever.
Yeah, it's very eco-savvy, you know?
Yeah, it's like the arrows in Skyrim. You could always grab the arrows back. I always like that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually running around Acadia. I need to either convince the professor guy to talk to me, or, which I think is probably my best bet because my charisma is pretty high. I need to hack a terminal, which won't happen, although I have Nick, so he might be able to help me with that, to figure out what it is that Kasumi saw, his little shady game he's playing.
In my opinion, you should eavesdrop on the meeting. You might not have to. You might be able to get around it in other ways, but it's really good to observe the story. If you can just eavesdrop on the meeting, go to that secret location, and just watch them all talk.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Yeah, one of the things I like about Far Harbor is that it's much less clear who the good guys are.
I feel like that makes such a good story. It's always the characters that you're not sure if they're, good or bad that make a good story. I really like that.
And I doubt it by what you've said so far, but I doubt you've been to the nucleus, but have you heard any word about the Children of Adam yet? Are you forming an opinion of them?
No. I ran into one on my way out here with Longfellow. Out here, like I'm here, out to Acadia.
Yeah, exactly. On that path, they always have one on that path. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told her she was crazy and walked away. So.
Okay, nice, good move.
Yeah, I just have a feeling I'm not gonna like them. It's just a feeling I get, but we'll see. I guess I've ran into a few of them. They're always trying to kill me. Up by the
Oh, they're actually aggressive here on the island towards you already?
No, not on the island. I mean on the
Okay.
mainland.
Yeah.
They're-
On the
they're-
mainland. See, I always found that weird. That's one of those things, like, again, I keep referring to Skyrim, but people complain in Skyrim you can be the Dragonborn, but people around town will still refer to you like you're some sort of stupid peasant. Like, oh, you still haven't
Right.
been to the Cloud District? Well, fuck you,
Oh.
dickbag. So... But that's something in Fallout. It should be able to register when like you progress through the game further.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like I'm higher level than that, douchebag.
Yeah, be nice to me.
But I'm excited for you to hit up the nucleus and see those people. That'll be good.
Me too.
It's just weird that you're not here yet, of course, but when you become a member of the Children of Adam,
Wait, what?
I said, sorry.
No.
But if you can become a member of the Children of Adam, you can go back to the mainland, and the factions there will still like be hostile towards you and attack you like you're not a member of the fucking Children of Adam. I was the leader of the Children of Adam, and those guys still attacked me. I should be able to.
Serious?
Yeah, I should be able to, have them hanged or whatever,
Okay, but this could be, how are they communicating with each other? Maybe the Children of Adam over in Far Harbor don't have cell service. Can't call each other and say, "Hey, this guy's the leader now." Like
They
you
obviously they're obviously communicating on some sort of radioactive nuclear radio wave system.
That's true. That's true. I was gonna say you got there faster than their carrier pigeon or whatever it is that they're.
Yeah. Is there such a thing as a nuclear powered radio, Ray?
I'm sure there's got to be.
Someone went way overkill and powered an AM transistor radio on
You figure all the radios on a submarine are nuclear powered.
Oh, that's a very good point. All of those radios would be nuclear powered. You're true.
I don't want to be part of the I can't even say it. I don't even want anything to do with them. They're like the Brotherhood of Steel.
Before make a deal with me. Before you make enemies with them, however, they have some really neat artifacts that you need to retrieve before you make them your enemy.
All right, that's right. That's right. There's that
the kiloton rifle. You need to get the kiloton rifle before you write them off.
You know what I'll do? I'll just play it like, well, I'll give them a chance. I'm going to play it like I'm friends with them and then just take them all down.
That is an option.
Least expecting it.
Yeah, well, not to spoil it for you, but Dima might make you play it like that anyway.
Oh, Dima.
Yeah, he's up into something. I don't know if it's no good or up to what, but
oh, he's definitely up to no good.
I've played it multiple times and I still can't tell how I feel about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that means it's a really good story. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, so we got a feedback from our new member, Chris. So he was a little bit nervous, but it sounds like he did a great job. And I'll play that now.
Sarah, are you hearing it? I'm not hearing it.
I was about to get on and ask you.
Whoa.
I heard that.
Timestamp that. Oh, I hear him a little bit. can hear
No.
a repetitive.
Yes.
Oh, there it was a little bit.
Yep.
I wonder how
Oh, there it was.
it's one of them.
That's got to be my cable.
You got a crackly cable. That's too bad.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can always splice it in later, but then we couldn't listen to it. Shoot, I want to listen to it.
Oh.
So, Sarah, tell us about Fallout 76. What your decision-making process here was here. You were recently forced into a decision.
All right. So Sony hates me.
You're a PlayStation girl at heart.
I'm a PlayStation girl at heart, but man, they're sure making it not fun to play cross-platform with anybody. So I'm gonna get it on PC, and so we have actually like a it's not even a gaming PC. It's really like a I'm just not a computer person, you guys, so please just don't judge me for trying to explain what this is. It's basically like a media station that my husband one day was like, "We need a media station for our TV so we can watch Netflix and whatever else."
Yeah,
And so,
stream stuff, YouTube and
like
whatever.
stream
Yeah.
stuff and all that. And computer based stream and Netflix and whatever it is, but it actually is strong enough for gaming. So I'm probably just going to use that. So I can just like sit in my bed and game with my nice big TV in our
Oh,
bedroom
nice.
now.
And you have like that the
I think it'll be good. And then that way, just in case something crazy happens and we can cross play with Xbox on the PC somehow.
that's
just holding it
that's
out
a probability,
there.
right?
Yeah, they said that would be that Xbox and PC would be able to play together.
Yeah, it would make sense. So that is what I am going to do. So I really wish that PlayStation would be friends with everybody and stop whatever it is. I just can't figure out what it is exactly that they I'm sure that somebody out there could have the answer for me, and I'm too lazy to go look it up, but I just don't understand why they can't play nice. You know what I'm saying? You're alienating some people out here.
Well,
PlayStation.
it's all money.
It's gotta be.
They don't want you to do an in-game purchase on an Xbox and then be able to use that on a PlayStation. If you're gonna,
so that's the whole thing.
Yeah, if you're gonna have something, if you're gonna make an in-game purchase, they want it to be on the PlayStation.
Interesting. And I mean, they're kind of in a cake place because they've got all these people out there that have PlayStations, and obviously they're going to purchase the game on PlayStation because that's what they have. They're not going to go out and buy another console or have their nerdy husband build them a computer to play on PC, you know? So
yeah, that's what gives them the ability to do this without,
without
running into too much trouble.
Yeah, bummer.
Hey, Sarah, is it an option to run an Xbox controller from your PC? You can do that, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you can play with a controller. You won't have to use a mouse and
Oh, you're
keyboard.
totally right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I probably could make that work.
Sweet. Because I was going to be like, holy shit, that sucks to have to go from people who like keyboard and mouse. That's cool, but it's tough to go back and forth, as Ray can say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I watched him play with a controller for the first time ever in his hands.
Did you really?
It was not pretty.
Yeah, we were in a hotel room hanging out, just broing out, like bros do.
What?
We were at the Philadelphia podcast.
Oh, that's
festival.
right. That's right.
last year, and we were hanging out in Denny's hotel room, and he put a PlayStation controller and raised hands for the first time. It was amusing. It was cool.
Why did you not get this on camera?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those classic events that you really just want to really soak in. You don't want to be distracted by the screen, if you know what I mean.
That is so funny.
And absorb the magic of the moment.
Watching the veins bulge in my temples.
Trying to figure out the buttons.
No, that's just trying to have a conversation in the merchandising screen and trying to barter. that wasn't during battle.
And then, of course, Denny plays with 1,000 extra enemies mods.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And
a billion
so-
enemies, and on super duper duper hard too.
So, I'm just trying to find out how to get behind the concrete pillar.
That
Just
is funny.
to be able to figure out how to take the gun out of the holster. And it just was a dying experience.
Well, it sounds like fun.
But yeah, you can hook up Xbox and PS4 controllers to the to a
Oh, you can do
PC.
PS4 too. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Sweet.
Sweet. Good deal.
Sold. So at the very least, Ray and I can play together.
So
Hey
one-
now, don't leave me out.
So one concerning thing that I heard was that you weren't going to be able to pick your servers.
What's that
And-
mean?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so I mean it's made so that you can play with friends. So there's got to be some way to enter into a server together. But yeah, that was a little bit kind of pricked my ears when I heard it.
Yeah, that's a little
Yeah.
weird. One thing that we're doing in between roundtable seasons, I'm playing a lot of Minecraft with a lot of people in the group, but Minecraft has this really cool thing called Realms where you can just invite people with a code into that. They should really
They should really do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you can just have your 24 buddies in. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So much better.
It'd be so much fun to have everybody, on one server. That would be the best
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and for PlayStation to get their head out of their ass and for Nintendo to catch up with their hardware.
I know. What is up? Frustrating. Nick can't unlock doors for me, can he? He can just do terminals.
Right? Yeah, he's not a lockpicker.
Yeah. Who does lockpick? Is that Kate?
Kate, yeah.
Dang it. I suck at lockpicking. And I just don't want to invest any perk points into it.
Is there a sort of like skeleton key anywhere in the game, Ray, like there is in Skyrim?
Not that I know of.
No.
Hmm.
I mean,
think
I assume you
there's-
can console control every one of them if you wanted to.
I think if you get to the 4th level of lockpick, either the 4th or 5th, I don't remember how high it goes. Your bobby pins don't break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can
Which is essentially the same. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, basically the same thing. Shoot. It's like I keep telling myself, I don't know if you guys do this too, but whenever I come across like a master locked something or other, like a master lock safe or a master lock chest in Skyrim or whatever, I'm always like trying to tell myself mentally note where that is and come back for it. And I know I'm never gonna freaking go back for it.
Yeah. I always wish that I had a
just
beacon. I'm
think
sure
that-
there's a mod for that, you know.
I
But
bet
just like
there
to
is.
place a beacon or a map marker down to come back to those things.
Come back to those things when I invested the points to do it.
Yeah, there is a mod. I think it's called Salvage Beacons.
Oh, see?
Yeah, perfect. Makes sense.
Not on PlayStation. Of course, I haven't looked.
Yeah, it'd have to be in
No,
creation.
that
Club.
wouldn't be changing any asset.
Well, let's just see.
Oh, we lost Andrew.
Oh, there you go.
So,
So-
we also got a
ahead.
couple of emails.
Yeah. Do you want me to read emails?
That'd be awesome.
Awesome. Okay. So we do have an email here from Jason. Jason says he's a new fan and a Facebook group member. Hey, Jason. And he wants to throw his hat in to the play along feedback or whatnot for next season if there's room for any more. So, Jason, every other week during our roundtable, you'll have the chance to send us feedback, and we would love, love, love that. And second, if you're including fantasy football in that whatnot part, we're still looking for somebody to play. So email us and let us know if you want to play fantasy football. But we are definitely excited to hear from you and excited for you to play along with us. I love hearing new voices. It's the best.
And that's something we can definitely discuss. We have the roll coming up next week where everyone will kick off our characters.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who wants to join us in the YouTube chat, we will roll your characters for you and discuss your character with you briefly on the show. So if you want to hang out with us in the chat room a week from tonight, that would be awesome, and we can roll your characters for you. You just tell us how many refreshes you would like, and we'll roll your character for you. Ray, we've made a few changes to the spreadsheet for this season. Would now be an okay time to discuss those?
Yeah.
Well, the way this season is going to go is we're trying to do the best quests or the best side quests in all of Fallout 4. And some of those best side quests are the companion quests, which are some of the most poignant moments of the game, I feel, are in some of these side quests, especially Nick and McCready. Also, Kate and Curie. Those are the four. Curie, Kate, McCready, and Nick. Those are the four followers that we've chosen to play their side stories. Are those the ones that only have that style of side story? You know what I mean? Do others have like really in-depth? What about Dance? What is Dance's like?
No, Dances is just the whole synth piece.
You can't see my synth piece. Yeah, so those are the four we've picked because I feel like those are the best character side stories. But so we've eliminated all of the followers except for those four. Now you will still have your lover that if you choose to, please go ahead. Anyone who's new to the show, welcome. What we're talking about is a random character generator that you can find at asapodcasting.com. If you click on the little Fallout feed icon, it'll say Fallout 4 random character generator. Click on that, and it'll bring up a spreadsheet with a Pip-Boy background. And use that spreadsheet in order to generate these characters. Refresh it a few times in order to get a nice randomized list of stats. And that's what we're talking about. Our numbers are ticking up a lot, so I would like to welcome anyone who's new and would like to participate in a little bit of a Fallout 4 playthrough before we get into Fallout 76 here in November. By all means, welcome to the show. Please do a roundtable character with us right into the show. Let us know you're listening. The Fallout feed at gmail.com. And thanks for finding the podcast, everyone out there who's checking us out brand new. So that's one way it's changed, Ray. We have only the 4 followers. So we're going to do those quests. And you'll notice that none of their quests have been assigned. The schedule is already up. If you go to asapodcasting.com and click on the Fallout feed, you can look at all the quests we're going to do this season. It's already up. And Craig actually was playing with the spreadsheet earlier today, or yesterday maybe even, because he was just like, I just want to see what my character could be like for next season. And I was like, God, Craig, you're on it already. I hadn't even announced that it had been updated, and he was like already pointing out some cool stuff about the like some weird things that were happening with it. He's like, oh, I noticed the thing had changed. It's like, geez, Craig, you're on it. That's so awesome. So thanks for that, Craig. But so yeah, it's up. The schedule is up if you want to check out what's going on. But anyway, the characters' side quests are not broken down in that. So included in your feedback, we need to hear about your follower side quest. We need to hear about Nick. We need to hear about Curie. We need to hear about depending on whichever one you draw. Included in your feedback each week, automatically assume that you're going to update us on where you are with their side story. You need to be working on that all season long. So that's how that's going to work. It's not assigned at all. How else has it changed, Ray? I think we included the FFFF number.
Yep. So the fairness factor calculates how far away all of your stats are from all of your perks. So we've got it set up so that none of the perks you get randomly assigned are more than 2 levels above whatever special stat you've got. But it's possible to have each one of your perks 2 levels above each one of your special stats, and that would be a negative fairness factor. If you have a positive fairness factor, that means that your perks are all well below the special stats. It's just a fun thing that a few people started playing around with this last time.
It's basically a measure of luck, how lucky your roll was, but like how quickly you'll be able to get all of your perks covered and then be able to invest wherever else you want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, we've added a suggested name so that Codsworth can say your name.
I love that.
Yeah. And one thing
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you have? Okay, hold on. So what are some of the suggested names? Like it's just pulling.
That's a huge list. Yeah, it's the list of all the names that Codsworth is programmed to say, male and female.
That is awesome.
And we got to thank Steve for making all these updates. Marcus was the original designer, and of course we owe a great debt of gratitude to Marcus for all of building the random stats generator and all that. Thank you, Marcus. But Steve has sort of assumed the role of updating and sort of flourish, putting in the little flares that each season needs. Steve is going to take the reins on that for a little while here. So thanks, Steve, for putting in some updates for us, buddy. Was there any other stuff?
I think that was about it.
He took away some of the dirty ones in
Yeah.
case kids want to play. I think he took out like fuckface and stuff.
Wait, what? He will say, okay, hold on. Pause. What exactly will he call you?
I bet you if you go on YouTube, you can find a nice lewd video of absolutely all the filthy things that Codsworth can possibly call you.
Oh, I'm Googling it.
I'm sure. I don't know of a video, but I'm sure that someone's put one together, right?
Oh, you got to imagine.
Codsworth call you.
But and one thing to always remember is that this is just kind of help you guide you, give you some ideas for something different to do with your character. None of this is locked in stone. If something just doesn't fit the way that you like to play or can play, it's just to be able to give you something different, help you get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try some new stuff. And so looking forward to seeing what everybody comes up with.
Yeah, and just keep in mind the whole point of this is just to have fun. So if there's something that you don't like, you don't have to do that particular category. You can re-roll. If you roll a special and you're like, oh god, I've done that category a ton, but I love everything else in this roll, just refresh it a couple more times and just pick out something else random and for one category that you didn't like. The whole point is to have fun, get you out of your comfort zone, and send in lots of feedback. Speaking of feedback, we love audio feedback. Emails are okay too, but the audio feedback, if you can just use the voice memo app. Most phones these days, I assume, have some sort of basic recording device on them. Just record speaking into your phone. Tell us your stories. And if it's possible, please save that file as MP3. If it's not, I can always convert it, so don't worry about that. And send it directly to the Fallout feed at gmail.com, and we will hear your stories on the show. Thanks so much, everybody.
Do you want to go through the other email that we had?
Yeah. Who else did we have one there from?
Let's see. We have one here from Jen about the board game. You guys want to hear that one?
Oh my God, that's pretty involved, right?
Yeah, it's pretty involved.
I'm glad I don't have access to email right now.
Okay, so I love this already. She said, as promised, here's my feedback regarding the board game at the correct email address this time. I know this isn't a part of the particular season, but in light of the Fallout 76 announcement, I thought it would be appropriate to share my experiences playing the first multiplayer Fallout the board game. I don't intend this to be a review of the game, just thought I'd share some stories and thoughts. The game has quite a few rules to remember, and because my friends and I had never played the game all the way through before, we gave ourselves plenty of time and spent a good deal of it reading the rulebooks and looking things up. Once we got the gameplay down, things went much faster until they didn't, which I'll get into later. We had intended to start with 4 players, but one friend couldn't make it, so there were 3 of us. 1 Vault Dweller, 1 Ghoul, and 1 Super Mutant. That's cool. There are a variety of scenarios to choose from based on main quests and DLCs in Fallout 3 and 4. We chose Far Harbor. As with any open-world Fallout, you can spend your time focusing on the main story, doing side quests, or just battling baddies. For Far Harbor, our main quest involved either aligning with the people of Far Harbor by placing fog condensers at every settlement to make the island a safer place, or with the children of Adam spreading Adam's glory across the island by smashing those condensers and releasing the fog. While the Vault Dweller worked hard doing good deeds across the wasteland, the Ghoul and I were both finding ways to smash condensers as we came across them. So many humans, not so many super mutants. Ghouls in the game have greater incentive to do this, with the benefit of gaining a point of HP with every point of radiation, while mutants gain XP with exposure, which I thought was great until I learned how rare Radaway was. My plan had backfired and my HP was down to half, so I forgot all about the stupid human stuff for the main quest and spent most of my time trying to build a safe community for mutants that I'd inadvertently created in a side quest by dumping a bunch of FEV into a settlement's water supply. Whoops, you had your time, human. We took about 7 hours to complete the game. We started early, but it felt like we could have gone for much longer. The quest stack is huge and we barely scratched the surface. Because I was so engrossed by the story and I wasn't one of the people holding either of the rule books, I was surprised when the Ghoul declared, "I win." I said, "What do you mean you win? The island is still covered in fog." But I'd apparently been ignoring the stack of faction agenda cards I was getting for quests. Apparently, once a single player collects a certain number of influence points from these cards, 9 for 3 players, that player is declared a winner and the game ends. I was under the impression that a faction win with the main quest was the only way to end the game, but I'd apparently won the game about 4 hours in and didn't know it. Super Mutants again. Tinker, 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 strong board.
That's hilarious.
I'm already planning my next playthrough with the pit scenario because I'm dying to know if the man opener is available as a weapon. And she included a picture of her 3 intrepid explorers. It sounds like a lot of fun, but 7 hours is a long time.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds like the kind of thing like I would want to have a special room set aside and leave it set up on a table and be able to come back. To it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would be really fun. It looks like a really nice board game.
Yeah,
Like, it's pretty well built.
If they're pewter, I don't know whatever the figures are, but they look pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I used to play I know a lot of people play the video game version, but my brother and I and our friends used to play the Civilization board game,
Oh, really? Is it kind of like Risk?
except for
It's Civilization. Yeah.
with an economy and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But it was incredible, yeah.
I bet it was incredible.
And that's the sort of thing where we would start at noon on New Year's Eve and like not be done until like 4 a.m.
Oh
you know,
my
like
gosh.
play like 16 hours straight, and then just kind of call it even because it still probably wouldn't even be done.
Yeah, it is lengthy even in the video game version, so I can't imagine that the board game version would be any less detailed.
That's awesome, Jen. Thank you so much for reporting in on that. I'd love to play the board game myself. Pat, I know, owns the board game. I'm a big fan of board games. My wife likes a specific range of board games, and I don't think she would like the Fallout one. But I'd really like to check it out. That sounds really fun. With all the different cards and factions, and that's weird that you won 4 hours in. Didn't realize it. That's great. Oh, and Jen was sort of giving me some helpful advice about how to get the Fallout 1 and 2 working on my Mac using a program called Wineskin, I believe.
Oh.
I signed up for Steam because Steam was having some sort of nice sale this past week, and I got, I think for $6, I got Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics. But they are a .exe for Windows only type of file. And so Steam was not allowing me to download it. It's like they don't know that I'm going to run Wineskin and convert, and run an emulator, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't know that I'm planning on doing that. So they're just like, no, you can't have these files because they're not compatible with your system. I'm like, dude, just let me have them and let me do what I want, But they're like, no,
Right.
you can't have them because they're not compatible. These aren't Mac files. You can't have these. So we're getting it figured out. Jen got me started down the right direction, and then my good buddy's been helping me. Philip, thank you so much. He and his friend have been stepping in and coaching me a little bit here, and I think we're going to have it figured out here pretty soon. And I'm going to try to
Awesome.
do a blind Let's Play Fallout of Fallout 1 and see what happens.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be good.
Do it.
It might be terrible.
Who cares? It's going to be awesome either way.
I'll try to finish the game by November before Fallout 76 comes, and do it simultaneously with this roundtable. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But thank you, Jen, and thank you, Philip.
Yeah, once you get the Wineskin set up, it should set up a C drive for you,
Sweet.
and then you'll be able to load the Steam program on that C drive, and it'll think it's a Windows computer.
You got to trick them into letting you have the files. That's stupid. Just let me have the files, dummies.
I know.
Well, they don't want you to load it and say, hey, this thing doesn't work.
This doesn't work. Yeah, and call customer service. And yeah, I understand that. To nip it at the bud. Yeah. All right, so what else did we have going on for the show this evening, Ray?
Well, I think that was about it. And sorry, Chris. I tested it 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it would work, because I don't usually have the setup to run the show on.
Oh, that stinks. You didn't have another cable or anything?
No, and I tried a few different things, and it's still it's just not playing. But
Well,
Chris,
I will. We won't be able to hear it, but I will drop it in, and then I will try to listen to it and comment on it. But Ray, do you know what he said? Do you have any comments? You've already listened to it once, I think you said, right?
Yeah. So first off, Chris, you got to go back and you got to play New Vegas. It's too bad that you missed the round table. that would have been a good way for you to have gotten into to New Vegas. But it's definitely one of the better Fallout games, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot. He's gotten hooked on the jetpack, which often happens to people that.
Oh,
build a
nice.
jetpack.
Yeah, I recently just discovered it myself, Chris. It's a fun little toy.
So, and he's looking forward to playing Fallout 76. So, I think that we're all kind of anxiously awaiting, and hopefully we won't have to go too long for the beta. But
Yeah, let's discuss that. How much, as much as you know about computers, Ray? How much time do they need debugging stuff like that? What do you think? What's your call?
Well, so it's kind of interesting because they've dropped a lot of little hints and talked about some different things. They say that they're going to do the beta in waves. So they'll drop a file, have people try it out, and then tweak it and drop another one. But then they refer to the final beta. And at that point, they say that they don't want to have to reset their servers. So when that beta comes out, it's pretty much, unless somebody finds something major, it is going to be the final version of the game.
Time frame?
I'd be surprised if it's more than 3 weeks before the release of the game.
So you're thinking Halloween beta release?
Yeah. The other thing we don't know is they've said that the initial beta is going to be a Xbox exclusive. So it'll be interesting to see how long they give that before they do the full beta.
My birthday's in mid-October. I'd gladly accept a beta release as a birthday present. That'd be nice.
Well, so clearly that's what they're waiting for.
I mean, clearly. I will definitely take it.
So, Chris also, he was flirting with the idea of building a gaming PC, but he was a little put off by the price of graphics cards because of the Bitcoin mining or Ethereum mining operations that have been scooping up all the top end video cards.
What's that mean? I don't even know what that means. What's happening?
So, if you are a cryptocurrency miner, you can run a huge rack of video cards so that you can do parallel processing of the equations required to mine the coins. And so there was a huge rush on top end video cards for about the last year and a half, 2 years. And it drove the price up much higher than the MSRP, and so it made it really hard to build a new computer.
Interesting, but aren't they then in turn driving the price of Bitcoin down? Then
no, because the cryptocurrency is specially designed so that it can't be oversaturated, because the more mining that's done, the harder it is to solve the equations. And so that's why they use these massive arrays of GPUs to be able to make the calculations. Now the market's kind of settled down and there's new equipment. I think they call them ACPs or something like that. But it's a new kind of card that does specific functions for these cryptocurrency miners, and so it's brought the cost of the GPUs for gaming computers down. But also, so when I built my computer in December, because I was buying a motherboard and a power supply and a hard drive and all that kind of stuff, the price of the video card that I got from Micro Center was in line with what it should have cost. It wasn't an overinflated price. They have a specific program that if you were building building a gaming computer, then they would give you a better price on the video card than the regular retail price.
Oh, that's nice of them. Sweet. Good deal. Sarah, your gaming PC, a nice beast there. Basically a media center, you said?
I have no idea. It works.
That'll be great. Do you say you guys watch a projector and stuff? Do you game through a projector? Do you
Yeah.
Do you play Fallout on the wall?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
It works great. It's really, really nice. I can't complain.
That is something to aspire to. I've kind of wanted that sort of thing in my basement. That'd be really fun.
It makes just, the worlds are just so crazy detailed, and especially Skyrim, it just looks crazy amazing on a projector.
I'm surprised there's no loss of detail by blowing it up too much. You know what I mean? You could see pixels or whatever.
Oh no, not at all. No.
That's amazing.
No, it's beautiful, and we have a really nice, because the projector screen matters apparently. Apparently, the projector screen matters.
Oh, so you don't just have a painted wall or something?
Oh no. We have a screen that you hit the button and it drops down from the little. It rolls itself down and then it rolls
Very
itself
nice.
back up. Yeah, because if we were gonna get a projector, which is expensive as it is, and spend the money to do it, we were gonna make sure that everything just looked as beautiful as possible. My husband. I can't really include myself in this because I had no say in it, but I'm glad.
That's so cool.
It looks good.
Nice.
Hey, well, certainly appreciate Chris taking the time to send us his feedback, and he got the first one out of the way. So from now on, Chris, you did fine. Just keep them coming.
Yeah, I'll make sure we get to hear it. We'll put it into the show right here.
You can put it right there where that giant popped when I pulled the cable.
Yeah,
Right
there you
there.
go.
We'll put it in. I know, but now you have to forget that I said we'll put it in because you actually heard it now.
Yeah.
So shoot, forget all that.
It's okay. They're used to it.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, please.
Yeah. So where am I supposed to sneak into? Wait a minute. Here's the terminal.
Oh, you found the terminal. There you go.
No, I don't want the terminal. I want to listen to them. I want to be sneaky.
I think you have to do a specific do the quest in a specific way, right? Right? It'll tell you to go listen to the
Well, I think it gives you the choice.
It does.
Yeah. So if you leave the room that you're in where the terminal is,
Mm-hmm.
to the left is a door to a storeroom.
Aha. Aha.
Pick that lock. I think it's locked. And sneak in there.
Okay. Here I go. No. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep searching.
So, but once you're inside the storage room, there's a window kind of thing,
Oh, okay.
and you hang out in there and you can.
You can hear. Okay. I'm gonna wait. so
And
I
it
can
takes a little
listen to
bit
everything.
once you're hiding next to the window. It takes a little bit for them to come in
Start
the room.
chatting. Okay.
I really love the Dima character design. You know
Say
what
it
I mean?
again?
Said I really love the Dima character design with all the fuses and tubes coming out of his
Yeah.
face and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, with all those tubes, he'd make a good room heater.
You pick up a good radio signal too.
Yeah.
And a Fender guitar would probably sound really good played through him.
He's got a nice warm analog fuzz to it. He's nice for surf rock.
Well, does anybody else have anything?
Now I'm excited for 76 to come out. I'm really excited for character roles next week. That's always one of my favorite episodes of the season. People coming into the the YouTube chat and hanging out and just how we'll do it, guys, is you come hang out in the YouTube chat and you just say hi and we say, hey, what's up? How many roles do you want? And we'll refresh it that many number of times, and that's your character. And as we talk about it, we'll someone takes screen caps, right? Who does that? Ray, you can do that usually, right? We'll take screen caps and we'll post them all up so you can see them later, or you can listen to them on the show. We'll just quickly go through each of them because we'll have a lot of them to get through. But it's always one of the best shows of the season, and everyone's super excited, and people send in good feedback about their character role, and then the first couple of episodes have lots of excited feedback coming in. So yeah, it's great. Beginning of a roundtable season is always a fun time.
Sorry, I'm just responding to to the YouTube chat. Carry on.
I think this might actually make more seasons of the Fallout Roundtable than the Skyrim Roundtable at this point. Maybe there were 6. Maybe there were 6 for the Skyrim Roundtable. I think I don't recall. We're getting up there, though, guys. Sweet.
Yep. Good times, and we'll get this one in the books and see what we can cook up for 76.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I'll see you next season, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you in the wasteland.